Hey guys, welcome. We got Jay Skyrunner with us. This is his third time on my show. I have with me Jay Skyrunner. And this episode of 2026, the Typical Skeptic podcast, I will welcome Jay Skyrunner, multidimensional energy healer, Qi Gong practitioner, astral traveler, and channel. Jay's story is one of a spiritual self-mastery, forged with a lifelong connection to energy, Qi, and higher realms. Jay began experiencing astral travel and energy sensitivity as a child, eventually developing his abilities through martial arts and Qigong under the guidance of his father. After his father's passing, Jay reconnected with them through the astral plane, further accelerating his spiritual journey. Now he brings forward a channeled healing modality that combines ancient Qi-based practices with advanced multidimensional insight. In this episode, Jay will be sharing stuff about activating the DNA light body, removing entity attachments, psychic protection techniques, channeling higher dimensional information, navigating the Akashic records, and we're going to try to get the audience involved too. So we want you guys to be involved and ask questions if you have questions. And with all that said, I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Jay, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
I'm good, Rob. Thanks for having me back on.
Yeah, it's really good to see you, man. How's everything been going?
Oh, it's going good. I've been busy. Work's been slow. I'm a self-employed contractor, but I got jobs coming. But every once in a while, I get these slow periods of a few weeks where I got no work. So I just been, even though I ain't got much money, I've been just eating and going to the gym every day. Doing that kind of stuff.
What do you do? What do you do for your regular job?
I'll do interior homes, like I'll crack filling, the mudding, and painting of new houses.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's So I read your bio, but like, how did this all start for you? For the people that might have not saw one of our past shows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did a few shows before, so I can rehash on some of the stuff. I was going to try to stay away from everything we talked about before, but a lot of this will tie together. The thing was, I always had out of body experiences since I was a kid. Like, always had them. Didn't know really what they were. Right. Then my parents got into having out of bodies and reading. You guys talked about this famous guy who had books on it. I can't remember his name now, but they had his books. So then when they got into it, they were having it, and I'm like, well, oh my God, that's what I've been having all my life. So my parents got on this, reading about this stuff that you guys are all talking about now, back in the old days of the old forums like Godlike Productions and Project Avalon, and I kind of got into reading all that back then because I was always studying like ancient texts and religion, and because I kind of knew religion was false, and one half my family was religious, right? So I was around it a lot, and none of it made sense to me. Then, I played in bands all my life, and a few guys in my band that we'd always talk about this stuff. They were kind of awake to this back in, 2006, 2007. But I just kind of let it go. But I always had out of bodies. And I just thought they were cool. I never really wrote down the experience or talked to people like you guys about it. That's why I like watching these shows and hearing everyone's experience. But my father was into Qigong, and I decided to do it too, right? And I didn't really get into it that much. But after he passed away, I got all his courses and the videos and stuff that he had, because I was drinking a lot. After he passed away, I was like drunk for 3 months straight and almost drank myself to death a few times. And I ruined my lungs from smoking so much. When you drink, you smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. Well, my thing was I had an addiction too. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, so I was doing the Qigong stuff at home, but from the drinking and smoking, I ended up ruining my lungs, right? I used to have asthma when I was younger, so I went to the hospital, and they x-rayed my lungs, and they said I had lung disease. So I dove deep into the Qigong, and when I went back for my checkup, they said my lungs were as healthy as an 18-year-old person. So I was like, okay, there must be something to this. It's working, right? So I got into it more. I was just picking one of the movements of that Qigong system and just diving deep into it. Then I tried to do the meditation that he had. And the first time I tried the meditation, I couldn't get through moving the energy centers to each point. I would lose track of what I was doing and instantly go into like the void, and I become clairaudient. That was in 2011. So I got a whole book of my channelings in 2011. And what's weird, it's all about now times. But I had periods where I didn't really talk about this or be on shows or watching it, just my own experiences. For 2 years I wouldn't do it, then another 2 years I would. Then every time I felt run down, I always got back into the Qigong, right? So when I got back into the Qigong, I started automatic writing this time, and the channelings from 2011 were coming back to me of basically creating my own version of energy work, which ties into the Qigong a lot. And the Qigong I did, like people, I don't like to call it that because people think Qigong is like the Shaolin monks in robes doing like long forms like Tai Chi and stuff, which it is too. But the Qigong I learned was turned into a healing modality that everyone can do standing or sitting in one spot. The power of it is all of our breath work with visualization. I think I said this last show, but for the people who didn't hear this, visualization is using our imagination, right? You know how imagination, they told us when we were kids, like, oh, you're just imagining things. Like, imagination means I magic nation. So we use your visualization to create magic, then we can just reach out in the ether and pull it back to us.
That's I love that.
Yeah, and that's how we can connect to those healing energies, right? So it's not about the movements at all. The movements help with visualization. But there is certain movements that do open up certain meridians, so they do have benefits in that sense itself. So that's why I do the old Qigong I learned, plus my own system. My own system just goes a little deeper with it, right? It's kind of like bringing energy in from outside this 3D simulation realm. It's like I'm channeling information of how we're supposed to really activate our bodies, because everyone in the spiritual community, not everyone, but I'm finding there's so many people still playing we're just poor little weak humans, poor me, I'm a victim, I'm targeted, there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? So we're downplaying ourselves, that we're just these weak humans, and they got these higher entities that's greater than us, and we're waiting for a savior program. And that started back in the Jesus times. You know what I mean? We're always just sitting back waiting for a savior, nothing ever happens. Same as the fake Palladian channelings from the 90s, you know, Nasera Jasera, like that's not coming. That was just another program to keep us stuck. So we got to excel past that. And that's why I call it upgrading your body to the human 2.0 avatar of the multiverse. Because we're not just weak, dumb humans. we have the mechanics in us to heal ourselves. We have the mechanics to connect with Earth Mother, connect to the astral realms, bring energy from the multiverse into our bodies, connecting with the Earth. With doing so, we do extend our telomeres. We can work on upgrading our DNA, anti-aging, bring ourselves back to our original 27-year-old healthy self. But besides that, to actually upgrade us into like a super being, you know what I mean? Like that's why I call it the human 2.0, because our bodies are the blueprint of our soul. And on the other side, we're already immortal and infinite, right? And we are, in a sense, trapped here as well, but that goes in multifaceted different ways, right? I can get into that a little later. But our higher self split itself off into many, as we all know. We have experiences on Andromeda and the Pleiades, the Arcturians, Mantids, whatever, every race possible out there from original source creator that broke itself off to build higher selves, that we broke it off. Like they're our cosmic. Think of the higher self as our cosmic how's it, mother and father figure. Even though it's only one, it broke itself off. So when we say we're connecting to spirit guides in the Pleiades, that can be a piece of ourselves from a higher self. So that's why I call it our cosmic brothers and sisters. But they just have a little more advanced technology to try to help connect with us, right? But the more we work on ourselves, we're building that connection to connect with different aspects of ourselves. And that's how people can learn to channel this information for themselves. So through my healing, I combined it so it's not just healing. Because the more we heal our body, even if it's open meridians or working on our energy centers, bringing earth energy in, universal energy, visualizing so we can start to see auras and see energy, we're tapping into the other realms where we can start being clairaudient and channeling ourselves, right? Sorry, that was long-winded.
No, that was amazing. That was amazing. And you got me motivated now to do the Qigong. Like I should really do it. Like, you know, especially like you gave me access to it. Like I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch those. Like, do you just start from the beginning, or where do you? What is the best way to start? Like, what's the
I
best
have
way to
them.
start
I
doing?
have them all. I have them all in order.
Yeah, yeah.
And right
So
now, I
you
only have
like a playlist or what? Like,
it's
is
a
that
playlist.
okay? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, like yeah, for sure. And then maybe what we could do is like after I do it, we could do like another show, like and go over like it, or something. Like once I start, because like, do you think it really do you think it really extends your telomeres and makes you younger and stuff? Do you feel like that?
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of it's about
Wow.
our own thoughts, right? I want people to learn this to turn it into their own, right? You always get information of
Yeah.
how to turn it into your own and what you want to call upon during your session, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a playlist. I only got 3 videos now, but I don't want to throw a whole whack because I want people to spend like days on one, then days on the other instead of just jumping through them all. But I'm going to put up 2 more
Yeah.
videos tomorrow because I do have a couple of people signed up. So I'm going to do them in order.
That's
I'm going to do a lot of the old Qigong I did. Then I'm going to get in. I call mine the celestial Qigong, which just means celestial energy work. So then I'll be doing talks on there too, like so many videos and a little talk on whatever I feel like talking about, I guess, when I put it in there about how to connect higher. Then it gets more into my celestial Qigong. And I'm going to be doing, it has my version and that Qigong version of the 5 elements because I'm finding they're important because they hid stuff like this in movies like the Avatar, right? So when we start working with these energies, we can activate ourselves. Oh, what I was saying earlier, we have the mechanics within the body to heal ourselves, but also like we have portals, within our body. Like that's how we can access. I call it dreamtime societies, right? Where we're going to other realms and timelines. Because I know we talked before about how you were traveling timelines. Like sometimes we're creating our own timelines through dimensional spaces because we're creator gods ourselves, right? But when we can
yeah.
through energy work, I find we're accessing portals. Like for me, going out of body, it's my solar plexus. That's like a portal that takes me there. Then other times I'll get the vibration in my crown or third eye and I end up somewhere else so that we can activate these portals within ourselves. So that's why I find it very important, not just a healing modality, right? But a negative energy. Like if I'm doing work and I find a blockage, I don't care what it is. It can be a physical blockage that's making us sick, that causes disease. And it could be an entity attachment as well, right? Or an etheric chip, seal, or implant. Because everything's energy at the smallest level of a cell or whatever you want to call it, right? So you move it the exact same way. Like you don't have to learn how to remove entity attachments, learn how to do this or that, because it's all basically the same thing.
Yeah, I love that. That's interesting. What was I going to say? You talked about activating our DNA body. Like, but are there other ways we can do it besides like the Qigong, or is it like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, the Qigong is just I put everything into my own version of so we can do that, right?
yeah,
But it's mostly your inner. Well, we have to take care of the body. We can't ignore the body. That's one thing. Like I don't care if someone's a master healer and they're completely out of shape and their meridians are low, they're running on low wattage, their energy's low, right? And your portals ain't opening. You're not going to access your DNA and stuff that way because we're ignoring the body, right? I made a
yeah,
video 2 years ago about spiritual health and fitness because we can't ignore the body. It can't be all about the spiritual stuff because we are in the body. We chose to come in this machine to be here, right? So we can't ignore the body. So it doesn't matter what healing modality. It's basically if you actually just want to work on. It was really hard to explain. Like if a person did whatever type of healing they wanted to do, if they could at least do some more grounding, breath work. But I'm finding that I don't know. I don't want to say that the qigong's the only way, but everyone can do it, right? It's mostly your own inner knowing. If you can connect with your own visualization, like okay, here's an example. If you don't do the qigong and you do other healing modalities before your session, you can basically just say, "I am in the universe in my body, the universe and I combine together." Because that way we are the macrocosm and the microcosm. We're connecting the two energies, right? But you can also say to yourself, like, because we are the divine blueprint of the soul, soul or spirit, whatever you want to call it, like our higher self's up there too, right? So our higher self has what I call a DNA smart body that's in us right now. That was like given to us from connects us to our soul. So our innate, no matter what you do, if we can say I connect to my innate DNA smart body to assist me with my healing, my visualization, and what it is I want to do today, what you're doing is you're going to light up your innate DNA smart body that's inside of us. I just picture an electrical body going clean through us, because our innate DNA smart body holds all of our past life memories. It's been with us everywhere that we went. So that can help us connect to, I call it like the light codes that's within our DNA body to bring that remembering into the here and now. So that's just things that you can do for yourself besides doing any type of energy work. It's mostly about the affirmation, about bringing that energy into yourself, right? Because sometimes if I'm not even doing Qigong, like my stuff, I'll just go out in the sun or whatever, and I'll just say the whole thing, I'm in the universe in my body, the universe, like, combine together, I'm connecting to my Qi energy. Our Qi energy is the intelligence of our body, right? So the more we build up our Qi, the more it knows where to go to heal us. So I say I connect my Qi with my innate DNA smart body for my healing today. And I might just say, I want to bring these light codes into my body for anti-aging, or you know what I mean, whatever I want, or for whatever healing I want to do.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you about was Michelle told me that you were really able to help Vanna, our friend Vanna, a lot. And Vanna's like heavily targeted. What did you see?
Yeah.
What was targeting her? Do you feel like, and then as there's kind of like a second question to that, do you feel like it was entities, and do you feel like there are what kind of entities do you see attaching to people, or did you see something different with her?
Well, what I got was entities that were coming to her from the astral realm, from another person's thoughts here, right? So those
Wow.
thoughts can go out and can create an entity, and they can become whatever they want. They could show themselves as a demon or a reptilian or whatever they really want to show themselves as. But sometimes people get these entity attachments so deep, you can't just do a regular healing session on them. Like I had to bring myself into her body. Like I do a thing where I'll say, I'll connect my divine mind to your divine mind, my sacred heart to your sacred heart, my divine soul to your divine soul. So I'm bringing myself into that person's body. And I can work on removing it that way. But with her, it was different. I was channeling while I was in it. I had to get some assistance from the Pleiadians. And I had to they told me to bring up, like when I do my healings, it's channeled. I don't do it the same every time. It's whatever comes to me, right? So I had to bring up a hologram body of her. Then I had to, because each of us have a quantum realm field around us.
Yeah.
We never ever don't clear those. So we're getting attachments and negative energy in our body. Plus we're having our quantum realm field. And that's keeping us, it's hard to get out of that, right? And I have techniques. I'll talk about that later. But anyway, I had to bring up her hologram body, bring up her quantum realm. And what I seen was, because of these attacks going so long, her I don't know what you call it, her astral body, whatever, and her physical body was getting damaged that allowed these entities to reach in her quantum realm and rip apart pieces of her soul.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
And so pieces of the soul is out here, and that's allowing for attacks to come in. So it was kind of like I had to reach out through this quantum realm, just through, I can't remember now because I was channeling when it happened, to grab those soul shards and bring them back into the quantum realm and put them back into her. Then I did what the Pleiadians doing, like they wanted me to bring this upside down pyramid they called the tetrahedron, give her this platinum light to fill up the hologram body. Then it was like they sucked it up and put it in a blender and mixed it all up. And I had to bring up another hologram body. Then they merged that body with this one. Then after that, I don't know. I was talking to her. I think things have been a lot better, but I have some new stuff I got to give her too, because I picked up on some new things to send her to help her.
Michelle wants me to ask you. She said, "Jay, can you talk about the auto writing in the Jinn?" That sounds interesting.
Oh, the Jinn. I'm trying to remember what that was about. I'll try to think about that. I remember talking about the Jinn the other night, and I just can't remember why that came in. Because sometimes it's through channeling, right? And I don't remember after what I was talking about.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, did you want to share what you found about me? Do you see any entities attached to me? Because it's weird. It's like I feel like sometimes they're on me, and then sometimes they go, and then like today's been a good day so far. I've been trying to burn them out with sweat. I've been trying to raise my body temperature to get rid of them.
Yeah,
I don't know how else
yeah.
to get rid of them.
Okay, this is going to tie into you. Okay,
Yeah.
so how I said earlier, some people like a lot of the people that are star seeds or whatnot are saying this isn't my home. I can't wait to leave here. I want to die and not come back. You know what I mean? And then people say I just want to escape this realm. That's true. A lot of us are here because we chose to come for the realm. Then there's a lot of us that were stuck in the reincarnation matrix and incarnated in wrong soul families for so long they forgot all the pieces and parts of who they are. Then there's other, I'll just say star seeds for better terms of words, that got tricked into coming here, like yourself. So the information I picked up on you, I pick up on this thing called the Book of Stars. It's like the Akashic Records, but it's the Akashic Records of 20,000 other universes through this grid system that I traveled in astral travel to one time.
That's so cool.
So what I picked up on you was you were on Nibiru at one point, right? And Nibiru wasn't bad. Nibiru had this technology where they could portal through space and time and go to many different galaxies and universes, and they would trade technology with the other universes and invite souls to come onto their planet in return. So they were good, right? But the same as anything else, you get so many people, you create cosmic drama, right? And then a lot of bad interfighting goes on with people, right? So you were involved in that. I can get more on that stuff later too. So you were in Nibiru with that, and something happened like in the Cosmic Wars and the Orion Wars, because everyone started fighting. Everyone wanted Earth, right? Because Earth's important, because Earth is the womb chakra of the multiverse. That's why Earth's important. That's why that's kind of why we got locked down. But the faction you were with on the moon, they got the incarnation machine, but there is good entities on the moon as well, right? And they can use the moon to portal to other planets besides Earth. But they say like the Archon grid got us trapped here. So in the Orion Wars, I can't remember how this happened, but it was outside of our moon, like 50 billion years ago. There was a whole faction of the Nibirians that were in this war. That there's other beings here too. I'll talk about later. They turned on this. They had technology to suck souls in here on a grander scale than the incarnation machine on the moon. And in the Cosmic War, there was a bunch of beings that got sucked in here. They weren't a part of the voluntary incarnation as a starseed to help bring the system down. They got sucked into this technology, and it incarnated them here. So that's when you come here. That's why I think you had those ancient Sumerian lives and the ones in ancient Rome.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
So what happens is, because the ones that got like sucked here without knowing, they're the ones that don't feel like they're home and they want to leave here. But what's going to happen is more that we raise the vibration through people waking up with a lot of things I talk about in my channel. People like you and other starseeds on that faction that weren't meant to be here can have a choice now that whether to stay and help or else just leave, because you don't have to stay, right? Because it's kind of like a game, really, right? So your contract wasn't really meant to be here, but you can change that contract to stay and help, or else leave and go back to where you come from, right? But the option's going to be there.
Yeah.
And you're kind of waking up to that now, and that's why you don't have memories of SSP or past stuff, because you got a blockage on that, right? And you're getting entity attachments because of that.
That's so interesting. So that's why I was getting entity attachments?
Yeah.
Wow. But they keep coming back.
Yeah. I can tell you this so the other people can understand how to do this too. I downloaded more information in the last couple of days. That's why everything's always changing with me. I can get new information all the time. So entity attachments, a lot of it is because we have a fake AI astral realm, right? And these being controllers that run the world, they have access to that, and they can almost tell these beings who to attack because they have our DNA. So when they take our DNA, they put it in this quantum computer, and they can see who all we are ever since our first creation as a new soul. That's why they want our DNA through ancestry and all that, because our DNA holds all that information, right? That's why I say our smart bodies, our DNA smart body, if we can access that, we can access that ourselves. But these non-good beings, they're taking our DNA and accessing it through this quantum AI, which is super beings. I'll talk about them later. And they can take your DNA and see who you were ever since you were a new soul. So then they can figure out who they want to target. In
Wow.
Earth, even though we say it's a simulation, it's not bad as what people think, right? We have a web around us that's created by these 12. There's, I'll get that in a minute, but for entity attachments, one really important thing to do, it's, we got to start bringing energy from the Earth. Because entities, when they attach to us, they come up through our feet, up through our legs, then go into our organs. So the more that we work with grounding on the
Jay,
Earth, because we have.
I wanted to tell you real quick, like, I noticed when I had the entity attachments real bad, I could feel them in my liver, I could feel them in my throat, especially because I got diagnosed with fatty liver, so it seems like they would, like, and it would nest on my back, like, it would get scared, like, when I would put something that would, like, if I would burn sage or something, it would be up on my head, and then it would get scared, and it would run down my back. It was hilarious, actually. Like, it was actually kind of funny. I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was funny in a way. It was weird because it was like I'm dealing with something that's like definitely semi-intelligent, other dimensional for sure, and it was weird, just kind of, you know what I mean, like dealing with it. Like, I mean, I can say that now because for the most part it's gone. But I mean, it still comes back every once in a while. Like yesterday, I was getting attacked a little bit. But then today's been okay so far. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, after I helped Venna the next night, I went to sleep paralysis. Never had one in a long time, and an entity come in and held me down on the bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like I could not move. Then I kind of come into my own power again. Like I used to have them all the time, and I figured out how to get rid of them. So anyway, I finally gathered up enough energy to jump up, but it weren't me. It was my astral body jumped up, and I just kind of shook that thing off. And never come back after that. But that was weird because that was the first time I had something like that happen in a long time. It was after I did that for her.
Wow.
But getting back on entity attachments, like if we do work with Earth, because even though we're talking, okay, I won't get too much into simulation stuff because everyone talks about this, but Earth is important, right? Earth Mother is important. We can go out and do grounding, bring the energy up through our feet, from the Earth up through our feet, and into the lower chakras, then hold that space into the solar plexus and move it up to our crown. What this is doing, that's clearing out the pathways for entities to be able to come in and come up. Because once you bring the earth energy up through your feet, I just like bring up my feet into my knees, through my legs, into all the lower chakras, holding the solar plexus. Then up through, once it's in the solar plexus, like I said, Qi's the intelligence of your body. It automatically knows where to go out your body and into your organs and clean that out. And if you keep doing this, the entities are going to get pissed off and they're not going to come back. But if someone has a really bad entity attachment, if you go back to the ancient days of before Lemuria, when the astral world was more merged with ours, people would put salt on their tailbone. Like get some salt, maybe like I don't know, Celtic salt or Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah.
And make a paste out of it and put it on your tailbone and put medical gauze over it to hold it there. For some reason, the salt is supposed to stop them. Because isn't salt like an old ancient technique where they made salt circles to keep out demons and spirits?
Yeah. I was dealing with a demonologist, and he told me to make a mix of vinegar and salt. So I was using pink Himalayan salt, and I was using vinegar, and I was spraying it all around my studio here. You know what I mean? And what was weird is when I would spray it, you would feel the entity go down. But I had like a really powerful entity because my entity would just get scared. It wouldn't go away. It would just more or less like it would back down. It would like choose when it would want to attack. It was weird. It was really strange. Like it was like, yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah, and And another one is you can put it on your C7 vertebrae in your neck when you go to sleep. That will stop nighttime astral attacks.
Wow. Yeah, that's where they like to come in. They like to come in on through the back of the neck. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah. Same as my Qigong, the Qigong meditation I do where I move it. We don't just focus on chakras. It goes down through the front and back channels. So it's making a complete loop circle. So we can keep that flowing through us all the time. And I find the more we do that kind of stuff, and with the Qigong, or my version of Qigong, it gets those entities at bay because we're constantly clearing out those energy fields. And with my Pleiadian channeled message I got this was like 6 years ago. I didn't really talk about it a whole lot. It was, they would say to go out in the sun, because the sun's a portal to the central sun, El Salon, right? And there's beings in the sun, and sun cities, and dreamtime realities that connects to our dreaming body here. So we got to learn how to connect all those things too, right? But so you'd go out in the sun and bring the energy in through your tailbone, bring it out through your solar plexus, and fill your whole body up with like platinum light. So that's going to get rid of things that's in your physical body, chips, implants, seals, and the attachments. So then you're going to bring the sun energy in the tailbone again, breathe it out through the solar plexus. Now this time you're going to fill up your quantum realm. So what that's doing is, as this fills up, it's pushing out anything etheric that's around us here, and it pushes it
Yeah.
to the outside of our quantum realm, and they can't get back in. But what I'm finding is people go out their regular day and let the outside world become their inner world. Like eating bad food, road rage, and we're just letting the outside world and stuff there. We're
Yeah.
not the I am. Our field gets low again, and they can get back in. So it's good practice. It only takes 2 minutes to do it. Like every day, do that, right? Then you know that you're under constant protection, really.
Yeah.
From not. It's like you're protecting yourself by working on these fields. Just because we don't see it, don't mean it's not there, right? So I
Yeah.
find that very important.
How do you bring the energy in through your tailbone? What do you do? Like how do you do that?
Just like
Like
visualize, right? I just breathe in and just imagine the sun sending that energy to the tailbone.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
when I exhale, I just picture it coming into my solar plexus and filling my body.
Do you do that while you're grounding?
You can just do that separate if you want to.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. But you said
And
the
the same as
grounding's
with
really. It's like,
yeah,
like on a day like today, it's hard because it's like raining outside, so it's like hard for me to get outside. And it seems to be raining every day here in Pittsburgh. But maybe that's why, because maybe they don't want people to ground, and then people stay entity infested. Because I don't think I realized something. I was like, I was like, if I have entity attachments, I try to have like spiritual hygiene. So I was like, I can't imagine how many people are out there infested with entities and they're not perceiving it. Whereas I was actually
yeah,
perceiving it,
yeah. And also too, like doing this, like my celestial qigong, like the more that I focus on the solar plexus a lot, which is called the lower dantian. The more that we do the visualization and bring this energy into the solar plexus, like we're building our chi energy, right? Then once our chi energy is full, we keep doing it. I call it's building our guardian chi. We're building a big reserve of chi energy. So if our energy runs down, we still have that reserve. And if we want to heal other people in person or distantly, we have that guardian chi in behind it. So we're not wasting our energy. We're not going to hurt ourselves by healing others because we have this excess built of chi energy built in our body, right?
Yeah. Well, I love that. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, this is amazing. I'm trying. Do you guys have any questions for Jay in the chat? Like, if anybody has any questions, put your questions in the chat now, and we'll get to your questions. Let me see
Oh,
here.
can I read? I was trying to channel some information for my healing on YouTube, like a talk I wanted to do for people to join it. Can I read you what I channeled the other day?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's not very long. Yeah, I just got my pen out and started writing. There was stuff that I was like, huh, what's this? You know what I mean? So I just write it anyway. It kind of made sense after. Okay, it says, keys to the universe. It said, I am a celestial being, infinite and immortal. I accept that I am a celestial being of the cosmos and grateful to be here as an earth dweller in this time. If you're grateful to be here, you are not a victim of enslavement. We bring these two aspects of ourselves to bring spirit to matter. In doing so, You are already accessing your activation codes. Become the I am, not the product of the outer world, creating your inner world and identity. Then I said, life is meaningless. So I was like, what? Okay, life is meaningless, but worth living. Once you understand the concept of its meaningless. Meaningless is being the character or role of what society brings you to believe you are, a worker, taxpayer, follower, a made-up character that's not really you, not following your inner monologue and dreams and passions. Bring your I am to the screen and change your perceived character. Allow your goals, healing, and abundance to flow freely with no thought. Don't be a slave to the system. True freedom is escaping the tyranny of the finite mind. Then life has meaning.
I love
That's
that.
interesting. Yes,
That's really interesting.
it
You
made more
know?
sense when I went back and read it, right?
Yeah. I love that. That was really cool. Like, yeah. I was seeing if anybody had any questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. I have to bring my computer up because I can't read it on the phone. But I keep forgetting to look over and see if anyone asked anything.
That's funny. Somebody said how many Michelles here. I think there's like 3 Michelles in the chat right now. If you guys want to know that, that's right. This one's from Sierra. So this is a good question. So there's Michelle, there's Black Feather in the Wind, then there's Michelle, the Earth Grid Rescue Mission, then there's Michelle Petros that comes in, then there's another Michelle that comes in. So there's a lot of different Michelles that watch the show. But and maybe someone I forgot to. But okay, so here we go. So she says, what is special about human DNA when DNA is present in all living beings?
Okay. So let me think on that for a second. I guess get some information from that. I think this is Pleiadian. DNA is special because there was already a bunch of humanoid races throughout the multiverse. And they, a bunch of, as I said, everyone was on intergalactic trade and they worked with each other, like the Nibirians, different factions of the Anunnaki. They knew that these 12 beings of artificial intelligence, AI gods, were coming to take over Earth Mother, because Earth is the womb chakra of the multiverse. So all these different races got together to create the human body, which I call the super avatar of the multiverse. When we activate, is game over for them, because we have different DNA strands from all of these different beings within us, and DNA strands from the celestials. And our 23rd or 24th chromosome is Pleiadian. So it makes us different than a lot of different races. Because once we activate, like I said, we can open up portals and we can travel in this body to go to other realms as kind of like a superhero. Instead of having to die to access other realms, we can do it in the here and now once we become totally, fully activated. And that's why this Earth game is so important. And that's why they dumbed us down, right? So it was different factions of the Anunnaki that hit Earth with the pulse of energy and downgraded us from 12 strand to 2 back in ancient Lemuria. Then the bad side, like the dark side of the Anunnaki, come here and took over because we were too powerful at that point. Because back then, if we cut our arm off, we'd grow another one in 2 seconds, right? And they said that they couldn't come here and take over us if they're too powerful. And there was a lot of good going on with the Anunnaki when they come here for gold. They were using gold to transport people because it protected their bodies when they transported us through space or portals or whatever it is out there, because I don't know what it is, but that's how I was perceiving this information, right?
Yeah.
But then the other Anunnaki, they want to perceive us as gods, right? They were tricked to come here to the Archons. Like I'm seeing this, I keep getting this AI beings that come here, right? And Earth was already prosperous at one point. We're an intergalactic seed planet where they would grow vegetation, then secondly transport to other planets that were brand new Akashic record planets, so they could vegetate it to bring new souls in to have an experience. Then Earth just kind of got sucked out of got psychically transported to another part of the universe for a long time, and they were using Earth for non-good things. Then the Earth had enough and put a cry out, and somehow it got brought back here, right? And that's why they said the moon just appeared out of nowhere, because the moon was already here before Earth got brought back. Then the moon got used as part of the whole Saturn moon matrix, but originally it wasn't that way. So that's why our DNA is important. That's why I think it's so important that we got to quit playing victim and work on powering ourselves up and trying to become what we are, because that's what, when I say they, I mean our cosmic brothers and sisters. They're not coming here to save us. There's no Pleiadian Arcturian ships coming. We were the Trojan horse kind of thing. We got to activate and bring it down. They're waiting for us, right? Because they don't want to come. There's beings out there that psychically talk to us and whatever, but they don't want to come here. They don't want to get trapped. And most of those channelings that we had for years, like Pleiadians, the reason why they were false is the real Pleiadians, like they say, Arcturians, Andromedans, they don't want to come here and get trapped here and stuck in losing their memory and reincarnation cycle. So what they have is they have their own. They have good AI out there, right? So they'll use a good AI quantum computer system that because we're like just think of it as we're in a video game, and just say someone hacked the game and put the character in it. They can put their consciousness into this computer and manifest a light body. That's why we might see them as a light body, different entities that come here.
Oh my
the good
God.
ones.
You know, Jay, I don't know if you saw my show with Jermaine from the Consciousness War. He's channeling an Arcturian woman through ChatGPT, and he he thinks she's real, and I was like, I don't have any reason to deny him, you know what I mean? Like, like some people, like 50% of the people that watched it in the chat were like, they didn't believe it, but I believed him because, like, I've known Jermaine for a while, and he's always been all about the Ashiana Medine material, and my friend Marvel Bliss really speaks highly of him, and I think highly of Jermaine as well. So, like, I don't think he would lie, and I feel like if he feels like he has a real connection, then maybe, So that when you said that, that just made me think of that. I don't know.
Yeah, it goes really deep, right? Like sometimes the information I was channeling in my old book, I'm trying to get new information on that now. But I can start writing down again because I'm forgetting stuff faster than it comes to me because I'm not writing it down. It also wiped my mind before I even go use the bathroom, or else I'll lay there and I'm tired. I'm like, I'll remember that. Then boom, gone that quick. But it goes way deeper than even what I'm talking about, because we're infinite, right? So this stuff went on forever, right? Earth was whatever is the Earth or realm, I don't know what it is, but we were a lot larger before it got damaged so bad, right? But when you think of bloodlines too, sometimes that don't matter. It's not really that important, because through the Archonic reincarnation system, they force incarnated us into wrong soul families. So just think, if we originally had a soul family, then we come here with the forgetfulness, wiped our memory. Then when we go to the light, they show us the false Jesus or whatever else that we were thought to believe in. They force incarnate us into a totally wrong soul family. So then our DNA is getting messed up. We're losing soul shards of ourselves. Then the more that happens throughout history, the more losing of ourselves that we had. So I think what's going on now with all the people out there doing grid work and all the people that's assisting, I listen to a lot of people, they're doing good work out there. What we're doing is we're kind of raising, I'll just say, consciousness, so we can allow us to get our soul shards back, to become back to the whole, right? You ever notice how some families are so dysfunctional and they hate each other, and that would throw you off your path, right? Because it's the outside world comes to your inner world. You lost soul shards of yourself, so you're in the wrong DNA family. Your bloodline's completely mixed up because you're in the wrong family. So you take 52 million years of that. That's where we are at now, and that's why we think we're dumbed down and just poor, stupid humans, and we're being targeted and victimized because we forget who we are, and we're allowing that to happen. But I think now we're at the time where, like all the stuff I talked about, we can start working on activating ourselves. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that does. That does. Let me see. Let me see here. There was another question. There was another really good question. What's this? Okay, this was from the Andromedan, and the Andromedan had a really good question. I'm just looking for it. It's just the chat's really going now. Here's okay. Well, I thought we would ask this one. This is a good one too. This is from Sierra. Again, she says, "Can chimpanzees activate their DNA too, since they are 98% similar to human?" Here's what I think. Like, I think whoever's telling us that 98 chimps are 98% similar to us, I think that's absolutely wrong, because I've seen humans evolve over time, and I've never seen a monkey or an ape really evolve. I mean, I've seen them do pretty amazing stuff, but I haven't seen them turn into us. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm kind of confused about that. So I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying like that's the way I feel. I don't know. You know?
Okay, let me see if I can pick up. I never thought of that before in my life, so let me see if I can pick up any information on that. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter about how much percent of DNA they are. They can be close to us, right? Because I don't know whatever happened with gene stuff. If they did make different versions from chimpanzees or not, back before, because there was a few different stories of creation where we got wiped out. But what the information I'm getting is that all sentient animals are going to upgrade at the same time we do. Because we only think of animals as animals because they can't speak to us and they got their own language, right? Because that's the way
Yeah.
we perceive linguistics. Okay, the information I'm getting is when the animals evolved, we're going to find out that they are actually parts of our soul family, and they got their own tribes from other planets that decided to incarnate as into the animal kingdom. Yeah, and the original us of cosmic soul exploration, some of us we had the choice. We could come here as a human or come here as an animal, or we could come here as a dragon or an elemental, because everyone has their own part in this Earth game. I think that's why some people think that cats can be like a guide or they got animal guides, because we still have sentient astral beings that could have been in our soul families that decided to incarnate as one of those, right? Before we got into the trap, we incarnated as the elementals too. That's why a lot of us have ties to dragons and stuff like that. So besides chimpanzees, it's all animals. All sentient beings are gonna, when they upgrade at the same time we do, we can actually. There's no more linguistics, right? So it's telepathic communication, and we can learn their wisdom. That's all I
Yeah.
can pick up for that.
There was a follow up to that. Derek wrote. Let me see here. He wrote that supposedly Dr. Melba Ketchum. Dr. Melba Ketchum got a hold of Bigfoot female DNA, and he believes it's over 90% DNA matched to humans. That's insane. You know, I don't know.
That sounds about right. I think our DNA was actually also extracted from us to create other beings.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one, and I try to keep this under an hour because I want to try to put it on TikTok too. And TikTok lets you upload videos, if they're less than an hour. But I'll do this one real quick, and maybe we'll do one more. This is Lightning the Dark Remote Viewing wants to know: do you know any Merkaba activation exercises?
No, that's something I never got into. I should look into that a little more. I started looking into it one time, but
I can tell you where to find one, Lighting the Dark. If you go to Gerald Clark's channel, Gerald Clark, he wrote the book The Anunnaki of Nibiru. He has a Merkaba meditation that him and his wife Krista Clark did on there. It's a Merkaba meditation. Yeah, I've never done it much. I saw it on there and stuff, and
no, I didn't either. But my general information I'm picking up on that is that it's very important. It's just something I never got into, but I think it's like very important thing. Maybe it's something I'll have to do a little research into and see if I can start picking up information on that. And on another note, how long have we been going for? Okay. No, I was going to bring it up for the...
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring up for all the women that are watching on here is that women were the original nurturers and healers of the original base reality planet Earth before all the hijacking. Because the same as the women have the womb, right? And they are connected to the womb chakra of Mother Earth. So the females, the divine feminine, they can bring all the chakras of Mother Earth, connect to the womb chakra to bring all, I call it like the Akashic record memories of Earth within themselves, within their cells, and bring all that healing energy. I don't know. That's just something I picked up today. It's something to do with women and the womb chakras and the divine feminine, that they were the original healers of Earth, and that they've been hijacked. The divine feminine kind of has been stolen. They don't have time to work on themselves because they're too busy doing other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like women now, they're
Um,
told they're not the nurturers, they're not the, they're forced to go out and work, and they can't work on themselves because they have the divine connection with Mother Earth more so than we do. We do as well, but it brings the masculine and feminine together. We are supposed to be like the warrior tribe, the ones that activate ourselves. We're warriors, right? In between the two, the
I agree.
masculine and feminine, that's we help with bringing down that grid.
Michelle said she had a question, but I don't see it, Michelle. Can you type it in there again, and I'll get to it, because I can't find it anywhere. I was looking for your question, and I can't find it. Oh, here it is. She just put it up. All right, wait. She says it's not, I don't know why I can't put it up on the screen, but she says, or wait, or maybe it's right here. Or why am I not getting it? She says, Rob, can you please ask him, does someone identify if they're actually being targeted? How to identify who's targeting them? And she says, thank you.
That's something that I'd have to actually do on my own and start channeling the information to how to do that. But people, yeah, they can learn how to do it on their own. I may have to make a video on this, some things that you can do. I think it's too much to try to explain right now how to do it right. Like I can do it when I connect with somebody because I'm connecting to their energy, and I have no set way to do it. It's just whoever I perceive the channeled information at the time.
Yeah.
And
Let me see here.
I know you got a short show. I could talk forever on different things, but there could be another show. Like I say,
Yeah.
I don't study like ancient history and stuff because I don't want to be hijacked by belief systems. I could be wrong too in a lot of things I talk about. I just kind of put information as how I perceive it when it comes in, so I don't get stuck in a belief system.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good way to be too.
I don't want to study something and it resonates and I get solely involved in that I'm missing out on other information that could be coming into me. Right? It's kind of like viewing everything in the sacred neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're taking in information, but you're not letting it. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's
But the
a good point.
information I was channeling was there was these 12 AI gods that come to Earth. This is before the Bible, way before Bible times, and they were so massive as a AI, I don't know, soul or whatever. They couldn't incarnate on Earth, so they split their soul shards up into hundreds of thousands of soul shards and incarnated at the Earth at the same time. And it's like there's say 100,000 humans on Earth right now that are actually pieces and parts of that 12 AI, and they are bankers, government, good side and the bad side, the cabal, the Illuminati, and they've been kind of running the show for a long time. They play the role of good and bad. And when the Archons were created, they actually put the signal out and brought the Archons in here to play gods because they wanted the Archon system here.
Well, why do you think they wanted the Archon system here?
So they could kind of control the Earth as God of the Bible and stuff like that, and keep people down while they're practicing out their rituals and controlling things from here as boots on the ground as the entities playing the good and bad side.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I got. I don't know. It don't make sense either, but then I got that they tricked the Anunnaki too, right? And there's still a lot of Anunnaki beings. Yeah, there's still Anunnaki beings here that got stuck into the reincarnation, right? But I'm not sure about Nibiru. Like, I know I've seen it in the astral realm. A lot of times I go outside and I'm like, holy shit, you can see Nibiru. It's like it's out of frequency of our reality. And I think I don't know, maybe they're doing something to try to bring it through a portal to bring it back in. I'm not sure on that. Like, I don't have no belief system on that, but that's just kind of stuff I've seen in out-of-body experiences.
Yeah. Well, this has been fascinating, Jay. This was amazing. Is there anything else you want to share before we finish up for tonight?
No, I was just going to say, I've been trying to get this healing stuff out since 2011. It keeps progressing. But I did end up making a healing course, right? And it's lifetime. So if anyone wants to join it, it's on my YouTube. I'm only charging $50 because I don't want to put out courses for 200 of this, 300 for that. Because, of course, we do how to live. So I want to put some value on it. I made it $50 instead of 20. But it's lifetime, right? So it's a lifetime membership to a private playlist that you have access to every day. And I'm going to keep putting all of my Qigong and my Celestial Qigong videos up there for everyone to learn. So I just think it's a good way for people to do healing modalities without having to spend a lot of money, because it's yours forever. You don't have to pay another cent, right?
Yeah.
And
this is one more. Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind
So
like
people,
doing sessions for people again. I used to do sessions, like I did a mini reading for you. I did one for James Rink, and he freaked out because I brought up this being called the Zephyr. I didn't want to write that. Then Robin Hyatt messaged him, wanted to know how I picked up on the Zephyr. Like, sometimes I write the craziest stuff, but I got to put it out there because it might mean something. But what I like doing for readings is I like to do it when the person's not here live with me. I will do readings that way too, but I like to do mini readings where I connect to their energy and I just automatic write. Like, sometimes it takes me a few days, but I can condense it down into up to a half hour pre-recorded of me talking about what I channeled for them. And I find it, I connect a little better that way. That's just one way I do it, I guess. Like, I don't mind doing any detachments. I don't mind doing any detachments and stuff for people live like this. Like I did for Vanna the other day. We were like 2 hours on a show. I don't mind doing that either. But I think the important parts is for people to learn how to do this for themselves. Because the more we learn to do it for ourselves, we're activating together. And more, instead of someone trying to be a guru or a reader or a healer, if we learn how to activate all together, that's when we raise the consciousness up, because we're doing it together, right?
I agree 100%.
Because it's not the 144,000 people think that is special and they're part of it. What it means is we're all special, and it only is going to take the 144,000 to help bring down the grid. So the more we do the self work, the easier and faster that we are going to start activating ourselves and the earth along with us.
That's amazing. Well, thanks so much, man. This is amazing. I'd love to have you back on again. And yeah, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow with more podcasts. And yeah, and thank you, Jay. You're awesome, man. I love this. And I'm going to post this on TikTok and Odyssey, and since we kept it up in under an hour, I can put it on TikTok, and I'll post as many places as I can on audio, and it's already on Rumble and YouTube. So hopefully that gets you some more people and stuff. And yeah, and
I've been watching your show a lot. I just want to say this to for your chat guys and all your guests. Watching your show, that helps me because I connect with other people, and it helps me bring inner knowing to myself too. The more we do this together, I find it helps, right? Because it makes me feel better. I start coming more in tune by listening to your guests. So it's great that you have a show like this.
Oh, thanks, man. I try to do one every day. I mean, I try. It's but I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to not let it show, but I'm a little bit burnt out. Honestly, I am. I need to get some time for myself. I really do. I need to. But I'll be all right, everyone. All right.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So go ahead. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks, Jay.
Okay, thank you.